Toastmaster Anirudh, high expectation, oops. High expectation, oops. Toastmaster Anirudh.
You know what, son? Just do well in your college and your life will be all set. Contest chair, esteemed judges, and my high expecting audience. How many of you have heard something like this before? Raise your hands. Well, I don't know about you all, but I took my parents very seriously that day. You know why? Because I'm the reigning champion of expecting the extraordinary, but every time receiving extraordinary. Let me take you back to my college days. Even before I entered college, my expectations were soaring higher than Tom Cruise's jump from a helicopter. I was setting myself up for massive classrooms with seats that ascended to the heavens, not for educational purposes, but for killer views. All thanks to movies like Three Idiots and Mohabbatein. I even thought that someday I'll stand like SRK with my arms wide open, waiting for the love of my life. Na 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 na. High expectations. Oops, none of this happened. The only thing I held in my arms were textbooks, and believe me, they were not that romantic. But so what if college didn't turn out well? I thought I can still keep expectations from my roommate, right? Therefore, I expected a roommate just like Munna Bhai. Someone who would bring a bit of laughter and a bit of mischief into my life. High expectations. Oops. All my dreams shattered when that guy entered my life. Let's call him Lankesh. Now tell me, every morning when you're done with your thing, you are expected to put it away, right? I mean, it's obvious. But this guy was more like, why? Why, bro? Why should I put it away? I let the world know what I just did. Now hold on to your imaginations, because this was not all. In all the 4 years, neither me nor any of my friends see him go for a bath. So now you can add a little more fragrance to all your imaginations. But so what if my roommate also didn't turn out well? I thought I can still keep expectations from myself. And therefore, one day the independent self in me arose, and I decided to wash all my clothes, 20 of them, on my own, despite having a laundry service. Brave man. High expectations. Oops. This particular effort arose the defensive self in me 7 days later, when people in the corridor started complaining about an intolerable smell. Believe me, guys, the smell was so bad that it could wake someone from the dead and then put them back to sleep. It was obviously coming from the bucket in which I had submerged my clothes 1 week back. One brave soul standing in front of my room door exclaimed, "Bro, the smell is so bad that my nose hairs are committing suicide." I, in full support, said, "Yes, you are absolutely right. How can someone be so careless? So disgusting these people are." I obviously couldn't let him know that I was the actual culprit. But by this time, friends, I felt I was doomed. Nothing turned out as I expected. I was about to lose all hope until that day came when I received a match on my dating app. See, we can be as demotivated as we can be, but when it comes to love, men will be men, right? So we both were in the same class. She was a Tamilian, but except that, we had everything in common. She loved biryanis and I loved biryanis. I thought we were a match made in Bawarchi. High expectations. Oops. We both loved cricket, and so one day the conversation started. "Anirudh, my favorite is Sachin. Who is your favorite?" "Well, I love Sachin, but my favorite is Dhoni." "Dhoni? Don't you think he's a bit overrated?" "Overrated? Dhoni? Do you know what you're saying? Do you know what he has done for our country?" "Ah, you are that type. You think girls don't know cricket? how can a girl tell anything about cricket to a guy? Anirudh, this is not you, but your male ego speaking. Ayyo, this innings ended faster than I finished biryani. But it was after this heartbreak, friends, that I finally realized that at every instance of my life, whether it was college, roommate, or love, it was me who was setting myself up for disappointment. What happened to all those areas where I didn't set the bar too high? The friends I made in college, I thought they will all be dumbos, but they all turned out to be jumbos. Not by size, but by hearts. The spontaneous trips I made, I thought they will all be forgettable, but they all turned out to be enjoyable. That is when I realized that the mantra of life is zero expectations and maximum enjoyment. Therefore, audience, after this day, whenever you see yourself setting high expectations in life, always remember the pain of oops. And as far as I am concerned, judges, I think I finally learned. And therefore, I am giving myself a score of 0 expectations. In fact, I am awarding myself the trophy of Expectation Management Guru. Wondering where the trophy is? Well, it's invisible, just like Lankesh's hygiene. Over to you, contestant. Thank you.
Thank you, contestant number 6.